today's tutorial, we're going to look at what physics really is and the different aspects of physics. Well, to begin with, physics is the study of the physical world and all the components that affect it. So if we're looking at the disciplines in physics, we have, starting off, is mechanics. Well, mechanics is the study of motion, the study of its causes, what causes motion, and the interaction between objects as they move towards each other or away from each other. How do these things interact? Then we have thermodynamics. Thermodynamics is looking at heat and temperature. So we're looking at to see how heat affects different objects, and we can interlink this piece of physics in with this piece right here, because like I said, it's the behavior between all these things in our physical world. Vibrations and waves is the study of specific types of repetitive motion. You repeat doing the same exact motion over and over again. And so that's where we would look at vibrations and waves. Then we have optics, which is looking at the study of light. And it's more the behavior of light, dealing with things like mirrors, lenses, and even color. Then we can look at another discipline as the electromagnetics. Electromagnetics is really the study of electricity, magnetism, and light, and how do all those interact together. And then we have relativity. Einstein's famous theory of relativity is something that was looking at the particles moving at any speed, and it depends on who's looking at it, what we determine whether it's fast or slow, or extremely fast or extremely slow. So it's just depending on who's looking at it, how we see it, and that's why it's relative and relativity. Then the last discipline that we'll see here is quantum mechanics. Again, we're looking at mechanics, so we're looking at motion, but at this level, we're looking at the behavior of subatomic particles. And so we see different disciplines that are involved, and we're going to be talking about it. So if I just look at my basic little cart here, we see that we have lights, so we would be looking at the behavior of light and how the light beams will give you light as you're driving in a dark area. We also have ways to protect us from fog. If it was foggy, we would have a different set of lights. So we need to know about optics in order to be able to use our cars properly. Well, simply with mechanics would be the motion of the wheels turning and anything else that would be underneath the wheel bed, the axle, and any of those other parts. As far as waves, we could look at the springs or the shock absorbers underneath our cars, which really keep our cars from just bumping up and down as we're driving. It gives us a smooth ride. As much as waves dealing with our radios, our speakers, and those type of systems that have repetitive motion as well. We can look at heat in terms of the engine working, as much as the coolant in the radiator to keep our car engine from getting too hot and then just completely shutting down. We can also throw in, electromagnetics. Obviously, we need electricity, which is we get from our battery. You have the starter and the alternator, all that to combine in order to get our engine to go completely. Instead of the old-fashioned way at the very beginning when cars were created, they had this crank thing that you would crank up, repetitive motion, to get the engine started. Well, nowadays we just flip the key, and really we don't even have to do that nowadays. We push a button, depending on whose car you're driving. So we have a lot of the disciplines within physics that were involved in simply a design of a car. Does it really affect us in terms of relativity or quantum mechanics? Not at this level, because this is a really large, and this would really be considered more classical mechanical physics. When we're talking about relativity and quantum mechanics, we're looking at more what they call modern physics, which is looking at things at high speeds more than anything else, even though it could be at any speed. But just simply construction of a simple item that we use every day without even thinking about it, we can see all the varieties of physics within that small item. And so this concludes today's what physics is and what we study in physics.